4th of April, Rabbi Furst, Pierke, Avos, Esther.
Thank you. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo here in Yerushalayim Kiruv Zoom. This is our first year learning it currently. It was Esther, finishing up. We're in the I think the ninth is it the ninth parak we're starting now?
Yep.
Yes, I think so. Could it be?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so let's begin the ninth parak there, please. Who would like to begin?
All right, I'll read the parak, but someone else can read the Mishnah.
Thank you.
Uvishna name Asa Chodesh Hu Chodesh Adar Bishlam Shah Asa Yom Bo Asher Higia Deber Hamelech V'dosor L'Hasot B'yom Asher Sivaro Avi Yehudim Lishlot Bohem V'na'apach Hu Asher Yishlatu Hayahudim Hama B'shona Ohem. And so on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, when the king's command and edict were about to be enforced, on the very day that the enemy of the Jews expected to gain the upper hand over them, and it was turned about. The Jews gained the upper hand over their adversaries.
So now the Megillah is fast forwarding from Nisan and from Sivan. It's fast forwarding all the way to Adar, the time of the when the Gezerah was originally made, correct? And now we're seeing the first pasuk, right? It opens up and it says Lahafachu, things turned around for the Jews. Okay, so let's see, what does our Medrash say for us here? Yes.
Let's see. My printout is not the same as yours. Let's see.
Should be on page the
Two?
second page.
I got
Middle of page 2. Middle of page 2.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Great.
Uvishneim Asar Chodesh V'gomer, 12th month, etc. Biyom Asher Shavru. What's Shavru?
That they thought.
On the day that they thought, Asher Allah Vidat Sam Lishlot Bahem. That they would be on top.
Right, they were thinking that this would be the day that they would have the upper hand over the Jews.
Right. But it already says that what is this adding?
In the Medrash.
Yeah, we already know that that's what we know that from what Roy read.
Well, it's emphasizing Sha'ala Daitim that they thought that this was going to be meaning it's a contrast. They were thinking it would be the day that they would have success over the Jews, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he was intending that this would be the day of their downfall.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next pasuk. Pasuk base.
Nikhalu HaYehudim B'Arachem B'chol Medinat HaMelech Ashverosh Lishloach Yad Bimavakashay Rasam Besh Lo Omar Omed Bifnehem Ki Nofel Pachtom Al Kal Hoamim. So the Jews gained the upper hand over their adversaries, and the Jews organized themselves in their cities throughout all the provinces of King Ahasuerus to attack those who sought their hurt, and no one stood in their way, for fear of them had fallen upon all the people.
Okay, let's see the next pasuk. Go ahead, continue on, Roy.
V'chol Sarai, Amadinas, V'achashta Dar Tanim. Is that one long word?
Yes, that's right.
V'hapachos, V'arsei Hamalacha, Asher Lemelech Manasim El Es Hayahudim Ki Nofel Pachad Mordechai Aleim. So no one stood in their way, the way of the Jews, because they feared them. Fear had fallen upon all the people. Now, moreover, all the provincial officials, satraps and governors and those that conduct the king's affairs, deferred to the Jews because the fear of Mordecai had fallen upon them.
Yes, you see, it was a complete surrender to the rule of Mordecai. No one would dare to find disfavor in the eyes of Mordecai at this point.
This is not the first time that fear has fallen upon our enemies. We've had it a few times in the accounts of wars. Who was it? I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's been, if you look through Tanakh, it's recorded many times that Shem put fear into the hearts of our enemies. That is true.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's continue on.
So they were all frightened of Mordecai. Ki Gadol Mordechai Bevesh Hamelech V'Shama'u Shama'a. No, V'Shama'u V'Shama. How do you say that?
Shamo Holech B'Kol Medinos. Right? Like he is renowned. His fame was known throughout all the Medinas.
Shemov Holech B'Chol Hamadinas Ki Ha'ish Mordechai Halech V'Gadol. For Mordechai was now preeminent in the royal palace, and his fame was spreading to provinces. For the man Mordechai grew increasingly greater.
Now that's an interesting phrase. What's that supposed to mean exactly? Mordechai Holed Gadol, right? Uh,
Yeah, I was going to question that. In that, does it mean that he he didn't continue to acquire honors? Must have been that the things that he did made him greater and greater in people's eyes.
Yeah, the Malbim. I'll just read you the Malbim. The Malbim says Mordecai became greater and greater. Or the Malbim writes Hachno Medinos Rabos Takas Malkus Ashkashverosh. That it seems that there was increasing the kingdom of Achashverosh was growing greater and greater. So as the kingdom of Achashverosh grew greater and greater, so did the fame and the renown of Mordecai.
Mhm. And Hashem was favoring Ashverosh because why?
Apparently because now it was an opportunity for the Jews to uh, fulfill Ratzon HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a more positive way than before. Seeming that now that they've done Klal Yisrael has done a proper tshuva. Hashem is now pleased with the Jews. So now wherever the Jews were, right, and they were scattered throughout the world apparently. So they had more freedom to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, apparently.
Mhm. All right. Nothing else to say here.
No, the Medrash doesn't speak about this at this point. Also, we can continue on.
Right. Hey, V'yaku Yehudim b'chol aveihem makas makas harev v'hereg v'avadon v'yasu b'shonoim Kirtzonom. I'll read that last one. So, Uvashuon, Bira, Haragu, Hayahudim, Haba, Chamesh, Mayos, Ish. 5. And the Jews struck at all their enemies with the sword, slaughtering and annihilating. They treated their enemies as they pleased. In Shushan, the capital, the Jews slew and annihilated 500 men. And
You can continue on. The Medrash doesn't speak about the. Well, let's see. There's a Medrash on Pasuk Zion. 1 second. Yeah, okay, fine. That's, we'll continue on. Let's continue on. Yeah.
Including the earth, all that is sun.
Could read this in English. Read these psukim in English.
Yeah, even that's going to be difficult. All right, well, all those names then. Okay, can I get over like that?
Yeah,
But
okay, you can skip the pasuk Yud.
yeah, okay. I'm going on now to 10.
Yes, please.
Oh no, I can't read this. But a large bowl and a small court.
Excuse me?
Got a large bowl and a small cuff court with a tail.
Uh, sorry, the 10th verse. Aseres b'nei Haman.
Yeah, I've got. Can you see the tense of the last
Yeah,
last?
okay. All right, very good. Yeah,
What?
fine. Okay, that's the one of the names. You don't have to read that.
All right. Um, Aseres b'nei Haman ben Hamadoso Soror Hayehudim Haragu Uva Bizar La Shalachu Es Yodam. They were the 10 sons of Haman, sons of Hamadassah, the Jews' enemy, but they did not lay their hands on the spoils. So,
Right. Even though the previous pasuk, if you jump back to pasuk hey, they could viyasu b'sonehem kirtzonam, right? They could do what they pleased with their enemies, but nevertheless they weren't interested in any loot and booty,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
V'yamhahu ba mispar ha'arogim b'shushan havera lifnei hamelech. B'shushan, they were killed in Shushan. The same day, the number of those killed in Shushan, the capital, was reported to the king. V'yomer hamelech l'Esther hamalka b'Shushan habira haragu haYehudim v'abad chamesh ma'os ish v'eis Aseres b'nei Haman. Oh, sorry, this is only excuse me. It's our agent for the house. I'll give it to my wife. Hello, Kim. Be back in a minute. Hello.
Anyway, we have to learn. We have to learn. Look at the medrash.
Yeah.
The medrash. There we could look at the Zion. Look at Zion in the medrash here. Either Meir or Lu, whoever likes to read.
Should I read Meir or do you want to?
Yeah, you could read, Lou.
The S, not data. I don't know that word, parshnat data.
For the ministers, the ministers.
So,
Pasach. Ko ha Asim, Halalu, Tzarich, Korah, Es, Hamegillah, the Omar Ran, Nishima, Achas, Philomar.
And when you read the Megillah, you should read all these names all in one with one breath.
Oh, these are all names I'm reading?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I want you to skip to the middle of the second line after the pasuk has a kula nitla be'etz echad. They were all hung. These were the 10 sons of Haman. They were all hung on the same gallows.
Eitz Achad, one gallows. Vidalid, Amos, Lechad, Asar, Nevilos.
Velos, right? There were 4 amos for each one of the 11 cadavers.
What, that's the graves? Oh, no, that's on the gallows.
Yeah, they're hanging them on the gallows, right?
Right. She Haguf Gimel Amos B'chayim. For a body, there's 3 Amos when it's alive.
That's right. It's a body is about 3 amos tall.
Ula Achad Ula Achar Mesa Nimtzas Amak. And after death, what's Nimtzas? Nimtzach?
Like stretches another amma.
Stretches. Another Amma. Vayesh lo Daled Amos. And that therefore it is 4 Amos. Hare likhu nevilos aseres b'nei Haman unevelas Haman mem daled Amos. So what is likahu?
Well, you see, it took up a space for the 10 cadavers of the 10 sons of Haman. Mem 44 amos.
44 Amos for 10. Should be 40. Why is it 44?
Because you have to count 11 for Haman himself.
Oh, right. Nisharo Vav Amos Min Ha'etz. What's Nisharo?
That leaves you over an extra 6 amos, right?
Out of the 50.
Right.
The Gimel Amos Meshuka Be'eretz. And 3 Amos in the ground.
It was stuck.
Stuck in the ground. The Gimel Amos Min Ha'etz. And 3 Amos from the gallows Ad Ha-Nevilah Ha-Suna. 3 Amos from the earth until, what is Hanavila?
Cadaver. The Baal's a cadaver. They're
Until,
all dead, right? So the cadavers, all the cadavers were hanging there on the gallows, right?
right, the cadavers. And what is?
Do people use that word anymore? Cadaver is a word that people use anymore?
Usually corpse, usually people say corpse.
No, take it over as well, I think.
Excuse me, Roy?
Maybe, yeah.
What's the difference between a cadaver and a corpse?
Um,
Have to ask Dracula, huh?
no, I think the cadavers might be a more of official term in the hospitals. I think.
Uh-huh. Okay. But
And
that's what they were. They were all hanging there on the eights.
And what's the next word? Kis Katuna.
That tachtona. It was again. You had the eights. The eights was 50 amas, right? 50 amas. The cadavers, the 11 cadavers, 10 sons of Haman himself took up 44 amas. So that gave you 6 extra. So you had 3 that were submerged into the ground, and you had 3 from the ground until the bottom of the feet of the bottom cadaver.
Right. Uvavisa lo shalchu es yadav. What is Vavisa?
These are the booty. They did not send forth their hands. The Jews did not take any of the booty.
Im linkom dam hatzadikim. Because with what's linkom?
To avenge
the blood of the righteous. Because they wanted to avenge the blood of the righteous, that's why they didn't take the booty.
Right, that's the only thing they were interested in. They were just interested in avenging the blood of the righteous. They weren't interested in taking the booty.
L'madnu she baruach ha-kodesh nichtava Megillas Esther may harbe animi.
Right. This teaches us that that Megillas Esther was written with Ruach HaKodesh, as we know from many different things. Mevurah Masechtas Megillah, as the Gemara in Megillah. Many of the things that the Megillah tells us you couldn't know except through Ruach HaKodesh. Okay, let's see the next medrash. Yud Beis.
Vayomer Hamelech, the king said, Bishar Midinos Hamelech Ma Asu. Bishar in the gate.
In the other regions of the east, Achashverosh is sitting there, and he's looking at the death toll of the 500 that was killed in Shushan, in the capital city. So he's saying, well, what in the world could have happened in the rest of the Medinas? They killed 500 here right under his nose. What went on in the rest of the Medinas?
Zeh echad min kaf vav she
That's kol v'chomer. Ze echad mikol v'chomer shebemikra. That is a kol v'chomer that we learn out from the verse itself. The verse itself is a kol v'chomer.
This is learned from a kol v'chomer. Sheva mikra. That's in the verse. Im ba'ir hamelech kach. If in the city of the king it was thus, kol shechein is logical. Bishar medinos in the other provinces. Va'afilu chachi ma she al ticha vayitain vayinatain lecha uma bikeshes od vitas. And afterwards, what is your request? It will be given to you. And what is your, I'm sorry, what are you asking? And it'll be given to you. What is your request further to be done? Lefichach amar shlema b'chachamaso palge mayim leiv melech biyad Hashem el kol asher yachfutz yitnu. Therefore, she said, or he said,
This is Shlomo Melech saying this. Therefore he says, Palgi Mayim Leiv Melech B'Yad Hashem, like the reflections of water, the lave of a king is in the hands of Hashem. El Kol Asher Yachpetz Yitmanu. Right, that's the pasuk in Mishlei. All that he shall want to do is like hidden there. Kimayim hanotin kach v'kach, just like mayim, the currents of water, they go to and fro.
Ach HaKadosh Baruch Hu matei leiv Malachim al ritzono yisparach zacharo. Similarly, Hashem
Directs. He directs the hearts of the kings.
Directs the heart of the kings towards his will. May he be blessed. What is Zacharu?
El Ritzono Yisbarach Zichro, his blessed memory.
Memory.
Okay. Very good. Okay, let's continue on. We have to go back to the psukim, right?
Probably. You finish with the midrashim?
Yes. Yes.
which one are we doing?
Let's see, we will now do Pasuk Yud Beis,
Okay.
12.
Mm. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there.
Um, I thought we didn't do that. All right. V'yomer Amalek
The
le'es.
Esther. He's the king. Ahasuerus is talking now. He's talking directly to Esther.
Esther Malka, Beshushan, Avira, Hargu, Yehudim, Vabad, Kamash, no, Komesh, Mart, oh, it's 1200. All right, Kamash Ma'at Ish. The Ace is the B'nai Haman Bishor Hadinos Hamelech Me Asu Uma She'elam Seif She'ela Seif V'yinosen Lach Uma B'kosho Seif Od V'ta'as. So the king said to Queen Esther, in Shushan, the capital, the Jews, in Shushan, the capital, the Jews have slain and annihilated 500 men as well as the 10 sons of Haman. Sounds like he's making equivalents.
Is what?
Sounds like he's making it equivalent, that 500 men are equivalent to 10 sons of Haman.
Yeah, he's telling you, you know what you did? Look what your people did here. They killed out 500 people here, and the 500 of his best friends and buddies, and also the 10 sons of Haman, and also they bring down the 10 sons of they were commanders. I mean, they were not just, they were like generals and such. Like, they also, meaning they killed out their troops as well. They really, you know, Yidden must have, and don't think the Yidden were practicing uh, uh, bows and arrows for the last 11th months. They were busy learning Torah. Don't think they were training. They weren't training.
Mm. So killed 500 men as well as the 10 sons of Haman. What must I have done in the rest of the king's provinces?
Yeah.
What is your petition now? It shall be granted to you. What's your request further? It shall be fulfilled. Petition, request again. Esther replied, pleases His Majesty, allow the Jews who are in Shushan to act tomorrow as they did today, and let Haman's 10 sons be hanged on the gallows. Did I read that?
Yeah. Okay, go on to the next pasuk. Yeah, Yud Gimel. Yeah, very good. Yeah, good Dalet. Go to Yud Dalet also.
Yes, right. Yud Gimel, Yud Dalet. V'atama Esther ish al hamelech tov yenosen gam machar lehudim asher v'shushan la'asos kedos hayom v'ais eseres b'nei Haman Yisalu al 8 and 14. Vayomer Hamelech Hasos Cain Vatinesim Das Shushan Va'es Aseres B'nai Haman Tolu. Yud Gimel, yeah. Oh no, Yud Dalet and well, Yud Dalet. So Esther asked for the continuation of the battle and the hanging of the son of the 10 sons of Haman. So 14, the king ordered that this be done. A decree was distributed in Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. 15, the Jews that were in Shushan assembled again on the 14th day of the month of Adar and slew 300 men in Shushan, but they did not lay their hand on the spoils.
One more pause, do another design, go ahead.
Usha'a haYehudim asher bim dinos hamelech nikhailu turning over va'omar al nafshom v'nel ach Mayavihem Bahorog Bishonos Nehem Hamisha Beshivaim Elef Uba Biza Lo Shalaho Es Yodom. They didn't lay their hands on the spoils. The rest of the Jews throughout the king's provinces organized and defended themselves, gaining relief from their foes, slaying 75,000 of their enemies, but they did not lay their hands on the spoils. This has been emphasized. 17 or
No, I think that's the Medrash.
What happened to
Vishar HaYehudim Asher Medinos Hamelech. The gate of the Jews that was in the province.
The remainder. Shar is with an iron. Shaya is with an iron. This is with an olive. Shar, the remainder.
Remainder of the Jews that were in the province of the king. Bayom Shlishi Asar Lachodesh Nikhalu. On the 13th day of the month. What's Nikhalu?
They gathered.
They gathered. The Madnu Sheyud Gimel Hu Zman Kihi La L'chol. To teach us that the 13th, it is the time of the congregation, the whole congregation. Shabo Hargu Bisho No Ahem. Besonehem. They came and they killed their enemies.
Right, very good, right?
Benuach ba'a asar bo. And they rested on the 14th. Hu yemei mishte ushmacha v'Yehudim asher ba'are haparzos. These are the days.
Made, and those were the days of the 14th day was days of Mishteh, festivity, V'simcha, and joy for the Jews, Asher be'arei prozos, in the open cities.
Open. The ha'ir she'enam mokos choma miyamos achashverosh, and those cities that are not open, but that are not open walled in the days of Achashverosh. Aval ha-muk pos koma mos Achashverosh korin hamegillah bet tetvav. But the open walls from the days of Achashverosh are called the Megillah of the 15th.
They read the Megillah on the 15th.
They read the Megillah on the 15th. Shahaisa lahem yemei nikma bet yamim mi bet gimel mi bet mi yud dalet. I'm sorry, mi yud gimel mi yud dalet. That it should be for them days of what's nikma, rejoicing?
No, the come of vengeance.
Days of vengeance. 2 days, the 13th and the 14th.
That's right.
V'nasnu v'nacho b'tetvav, and they rested on the 15th. Ubimakom she'ein nechayrin es mok hos koma miyamos achashverosh in love. And in a place that is not what's makirin?
That it's not known if they were
No.
Mukav's Chayim Miyos Achashverosh in places that's not known if they were walled cities at the time of Achashverosh or not. Noegim beis yamim mishta v'simcha.
It's customary to the 2 days. Mishtes to drink.
Mishta is is feasting.
The feast. Kimok fim koma. Like in the walled Ukafarzim. I don't know what is Kafarzim?
Surprising, and like they're like walled cities and like open cities. Okay, maybe it's a good point to stop here.
Right?
Is this Hebrew? Is this Ivrit?
Yeah, for sure, definitely so. Yeah.
Because a lot of unfamiliar sounds. Or
Uh,
I don't know, something like that.
right. Okay. Fine. Okay. Very good. Roy, have a good afternoon. Hope to see you tomorrow, maybe. And let's see. We'll start the Mr. Brewer shortly. We'll take a little break.
Thank you, Rabbi.